Paper B 2016 Part 2. Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through each of the ABRSM Theory grades. And we're now continuing with the Paper B of Grade 2 2016. There are lots of resources available to help you in your studies. If you go to my website, if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. You can download them in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. All of the information that you need to know for this grade can be found within these documents. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, so if you want to refresh your memory on a topic, or you want to revise and go through all of the information that's in the Music Theory and Practice workbook for Grade 2 is on that, and I work through each question with you so you can look at those video tutorials. And you can also access information about the books that I have available. I've written a book, How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory Exam, and it's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your music exam when you're in revising and preparation stages, and also how to best make use of your time when you're sitting in the exam room taking your exam paper. So if you visit sharonbill.com, it's all there for you. If you can give me a like, that'd be fab, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And now you need to grab your pencil, your eraser and your ruler, make sure everything's sharp and neat and tidy, ready to go, so you're not going to risk losing marks through untidy answers. And so now turn with me to page 6 in your booklet, and we're looking at question 5 of paper B in the 2016 grade 2 exam papers. So question 5 asks us to name the degree of the scale, so we're counting the steps of the scale for each of the notes marked with a star as shown in the first answer. So it gives us an example here, and that will also help to get us started if you get stuck. The key is A major, so we're always counting A as note 1. And so you can see if A is 1 in the treble clef, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, there's our third. So if you weren't sure where you were counting from, even though they've told us that the key is A major, you can just count backwards, 3, 2, 1, and you know you're counting from A. And so let's carry on in this vein. The only way you can go wrong is if you forget to count A as 1, and then step up and count 1, which is actually the second degree of the scale. And then you'll be out by a step each time. And so let's just press on through. So if A is 1, this is B, which is 2. 1, 2, so that's the second. So now this next one, A, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're always counting space line, and so on. So that's a fourth. Here, now we can count 1, 2, 3, but if you just glance back, they've actually answered this one for us, so we know that's a third. So here, this is A, so we could call that an octave or a first or an eighth. It's just the tonic degree of the scale. And again here, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, that's an octave also, so you could choose to call that a first if you prefer. And so let's carry on. 1 is A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's a sixth. And then that's next door, that's a seventh. Ooh. Can do the numbers, not the letters. Let's try that again. Seventh, there we go. And we know, because we've gone 8, 7, 6 down, and so down one more is a fifth. Let's count upwards, double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's our fifth. Now it says draw a circle around 2 notes next to each other that are an octave or an eighth apart, and we know that's here because there's our A to A. And there we go, that'll score you full points for that question. Let's turn over. So now we're on question 6. So question 6 asks us to add the correct rests at the places marked with a star to make each bar complete. So we need to know, first of all, how many should there be in a bar to start with, and we're counting 3 crotchet beats or 3/4 notes per bar. Now the important thing to remember here is that every new beat needs a new rest. So that's a really important piece of information to remember. So here we've got 1 crotchet beat so far. There should be 3, so we know that there are 2 crochet beats. Now you would think that you could write a minimum rest, a half note rest like that, and quickly fill the 2 beats. However, that wouldn't score you full points. You might get half marks for that. But remember, every new beat needs a new rest, and so we'd need to put 2 crochet beat rests to be fully accurate there. So here we've got 1, there's 1 there, and then there's 1 there. Half and a half makes 1. We've got a half here, so we've got 1, 2 and a half, so we need another half a beat, and that would be that, our quaver rest or 8th note rest. Let's carry on. So these 2 give us a beat, there's a beat. Now here we've got a 1/4 of a beat, here we've got a half of a beat, so we've got 1, 2, half, 3/4, 2 and 3/4. We've only got a 1/4 of a beat left to fill, and so we need that. That's a 1/4 of a beat rest, which is a semi-breve or a 16th note rest. Nearly done. So we've got 1 beat there, we've got half a beat there, we've got half a beat there, 1 and a half, 2. There should be 3 beats in a bar, so we need a 1 beat rest, a crotchet or a 1/4 note rest. Last bar, we've got 2 beats there, half a beat there, we've got 2 and a half, we just need another half a beat. There we go, and that should score you full points. Question 7 asks us to rewrite this melody without using a key signature. So really that's all that they need to have said, but very generously they've just continued to give you a few clues. Remember to include flat signs where they are needed. The key is E flat major, and they've even generously given us the first bar as an example. So we want no key signature, but it's got to sound exactly the same. So we have here a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats. So just make a little note of that. And that means that each one of these is going to be needed to be added as an accidental now. So first of all, I'm just going to get the note heads in and do the copying. Oops, that went a bit off. You can just copy this out in any order you like. I just always prefer to get the note heads in, but just none of this requires any thinking just yet. We're just copying. Here we go, nearly done. Oops. By all means use a ruler, keep it neat and tidy. Okay, so we've just now got to add B flats, E flats and A flats as accidentals now. They've given us the first one, there's the E flat. So every good boy, there's a B flat. There's an E flat again. There's a B flat. Another B flat. A flat. Now then, remember that an accidental lasts for a whole bar and then the bar line cancels it. And so although this is a B, it no longer needs the flat to be added because it's still in play from here. It's only when the bar line cancels it you need to write it again. So here's a B flat, the bar line cancels it, and so we need to add it again. However, it's still in action because there's been no bar line to cancel it, and so we don't need one there. So you would actually be penalised, I think, for adding a flat sign there because you're not showing that you understand that that flat still carries. And so that will score you top marks for that question. So we'll continue the last question in the next video. I hope that's been helpful to you. If it has, if you can give me a like, that would be great. And please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's loads more in store. And please do visit sharonbill.com to make use of all the resource that is available there to help you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!